So today, guys, we got some pretty cool news on a game I've been tracking for quite some time. I want to say about 3 to 4 months ago, I finally put a video out on it. And the name of the game, you guys might remember, was called Arc Raiders. The title of the video was Division's biggest competitor, because obviously when I saw this game and I saw it was third person, the way it plays, it kind of gave me that Division meets Destiny world type game. But today on Twitter, we got some pretty crazy news, because if you guys remember, this game was set to be PvE only, right? And today on Twitter, Arc Raiders official account said, "Raiders, we're about to test our new extraction survival PvPvE experience in a closed alpha setting under NDA. To get a chance to play, sign up on the playtesting on Steam." So if you click on the link, it takes you to a Steam page and you can request. Now, them having a closed alpha didn't shock me. It's exciting news, but what really shocked me was the fact that they had now added the term PvPvE. Before, it was only a PvE co-op survival experience, and now it says PvPvE. So for me, that was very exciting news, because I love survival co-op games that incorporate survival with players versus players, with players versus other enemies. It makes for a really unique and exciting experience. So for them to really go from just a PvE co-op game to adding PvP, I was very shocked. Now, I wanted to do a little bit more digging, and one of the developers actually put out an article and talks about why they went that way, why the game was delayed, and it all makes sense now. So the article was written by the executive producer for Arc Raiders at Embark Studios. His name is Alex, and he says, "If you venture over to the Steam page of Arc Raiders, you might notice some changes in the way we describe the game. The changes are fundamental enough that we think it's important to provide some context and describe in some more detail what kind of game Arc Raider is." So he says, "Last spring, we made the decision to move the release of Arc Raiders in order to focus on the releasing of the finals." If you guys haven't seen some gameplay for the finals, it's actually a pretty cool looking game. And when they did have their closed test not too long ago that content creators were able to play, I was watching some of it, and they seem to say really good things about this game, the final. So I can see a lot of people really enjoying this type of game. It's a team-based first-person shooter and has objectives, and from what I've seen, nothing but really good reviews. So overall, they have been working on that. So let's continue on to what he had to say. This next part is really important. If you read right here, it says, "At that time, we also said we were giving the Arc Raiders team time to add PvP to the existing foundation of the game." So not only did they go from a co-op solo PvE survival game, they added PvP. And now when you read the description on Steam itself, it says Arc Raiders is a free-to-play third-person PvPvE extraction shooter set in a lethal future Earth ravaged by mechanized threat known as Arc. And it says you're a raider earning your keep in a struggling colony, and you're fighting for survival against Arc and other raiders standing in your way. So it all makes sense. It's a PvPvE. Seems like to me this could be a very interesting game to keep a lookout for. I personally will be signing up for that closed test, even though it's under NDA and I won't be able to talk about it. Hopefully I can play it and see if it's something I can enjoy. The article continues on with, "Since then, over the course of development of Arc Raiders has taken shape of what we believe to be truly a promising PvPvE survival extraction shooter, a game that stays true to the Arc Raiders universe, and we are having a blast testing it internally." So it looks like so far they're enjoying what they have put out. And a little background of what Arc Raiders is. This is what a little statement they put in there. "Arc Raiders drops players into a lethal but stunning beautiful future Earth with hair-raising moments of survival and suspense. Human versus machine, human versus human, together or alone, and you versus the sometimes conflicting nature of your own humanity, all in a spectacular backdrop of landscape littered with haunting remains of the past." So I'm excited, honestly, to play this. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I think it should be a very promising game, and I'm glad that the studio actually gave us a valid reason on why they had to delay the game, not only to keep working on the finals, get that one ready for launch, but also to add PvP into Arc Raiders and get it to where they would like it. Now, they said the next step for us is closed test alpha to get feedback on the game's core system and loops. This will be the first road test of Arc Raiders and is important steps for the game, which so far have never been in the hands of external players. So this is the first time anybody outside of the studio is going to actually get to test this game out. So hopefully your feedback, if you do get into the closed test, will help shape this game for the better. Now, they did say that the test will be closed under NDA because the work remains on the game and they're not quite ready to reveal everything about it to everybody. They said they have some work to do, theories to prove before it's time to put them on the world stage. So I respect them for that. They want to make sure what they show us is a solid product. But I will tell you, I am going to be headed over to that Steam page to actually apply for this closed test. Hopefully I can get in. Obviously, I won't be able to talk about what I've experienced if I get selected, but the fact that I'll be able to see if it's something that I could see myself playing for the future, it's kind of cool. I've always been about extraction, survival, looters, shooters. You can see I'm excited for another game coming out by Tom Clancy, the Heartland. That's another survival extraction shooter that's coming out in the future. But with this one giving a different style of gameplay, giving you that kind of Destiny / Division 2 gameplay, I'm kind of a fan of it. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more about what this game has to offer, and hopefully that closed test is exciting, it's fun, and it's something that is going to keep me looking forward to what they have to show us next. What we're going to do here, guys, we're going to wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys think about this news of Arc Raiders taking some time to delay the product to add PvP to this extraction looter shooter. All right, guys, I will see you guys in the next one, but until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.